Hello, I'm Janey Marvin.
And I'm Linda Dimick.
Linda and I have been working together since 1991. And in 1993, we started our own company. And around that same time, we began to learn information about how the brain and how the body and how the central nervous system works. And Linda and I have, over the last several decades, learned more about this information and shared this information with others. And I'm very grateful we've been able to do this.
We also are very appreciative of all of the information that we have studied and learned to apply, because it means that we gain greater understandings of ourselves and recognize that truly we can change. Our beliefs, our behaviors, our thoughts are merely programs that can be changed.
One of the awesome things about being able to work with other people for Linda and I has been being able to watch so many people just from having the information about how their brains are working and knowing how to consciously be able to control their own subconscious and change things that they choose to change. And watching so many people coming in being so afraid of their own thoughts or their own feelings, and then learning this information and watching people grow, watching some of our people that we've worked with actually become lawyers, others opening their own businesses. It's just been incredibly humbling to be able to watch these things.
One of the interesting things for me is that once an individual learns this information, it's simple. We really have been utilizing the laws of the subconscious to program ourselves since we were young children. However, we didn't understand. Now, understanding the information and learning the tools and techniques, we, you, I, can take charge of our own lives and cause to happen the very things we choose.
This is a guided imagery regarding relationships. Relationships is what's known as a phonological ambiguity. A phonological ambiguity is a word that has other meanings. Words that sound like other words. Like the word sun. The word sun sounds the same either way it's spelled. You can spell the word sun S-U-N. Spelled as S-U-N, the word sun literally means the object in the sky that rotates around the world, giving the world warmth and light. You can also spell the word son, S-O-N, which literally means a male child. The word son, being a phonological ambiguity, is oftentimes used in guided imageries because it also represents, oftentimes in different cultures even, the Son of God, who is accepted to be by many in the world Jesus the Christ. That is the reason that the word son, even if it's being used with the spelling S-U-N, is used in a guided imagery, because it also relates to a male child, and it also relates to the Son of God, whom is considered to be Jesus the Christ. Guided imageries are very effective in the subconscious, mostly because the subconscious does not know the difference between real or imagined. The subconscious literally processes everything as though it's absolutely true. The subconscious, therefore, doesn't know when you're watching a movie and reading a book that the boogeyman really isn't going to come and get you. So when you're watching a movie or reading a book where there's a boogeyman, you can actually have your heart palpitations increase. Your breath can increase. You can even goosebump because the subconscious is processing the boogeyman in the movie or in the book as real, and the body has real responses to those feelings, those thoughts, the presentation in the imagined thing regarding the boogeyman. And there are other examples. That's just one example. This guided imagery is regarding relationships. Ships is a phonological ambiguity, especially as it is used here at the end of the word relations. Relationships. So this guided imagery is about relationships. Our relationships. Your relationships. Relationships have multitudes of applications. This guided imagery of relationships, ships, are literally being represented or imagined in this guided imagery of relationships. One of the things that has always been significant to me regarding relationships is that even though whether the relationship is with another person or if it's with other things, there's multitudes of things that I've said that we have relationships with. All relationships end with somebody being left alone. In this world, all relationships end with one person at least always being left alone. As I've said, we have relationships with other people, with multitudes of things. We have relationships with ourselves, with ideas, with emotions. The list is endless of all of the possibilities and probabilities of our relationships. Place yourself, please, in a comfortable position for this guided imagery. You may choose to close your eyes and take 3 deep cleansing breaths. The deep cleansing breaths go in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you continue doing deep cleansing breaths for guided imageries or other things, the purpose of the deep cleansing breaths is to signal to your subconscious that you are now ready to relax. And relaxing helps tremendously when doing a guided imagery or watching a movie or reading a book. So if you would please, 3 deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then breathing normally again. Imagine that you are at your own private ship docking area. The area where all of your relationships are docked. Your private relationship docking area is on the shore of your ocean of life. This is your private, personal relationship docking area, and it is secure for you from others, any others that you choose to not have in your private docking area. These are not there. No one that you would choose to keep out of your private relationship docking area can enter here. You may choose to have a crew that could help you in your docking area in doing any repairs you choose on relationships. A crew that could notice if any relationships that you did not choose, these may not be your relationships. Relationships may be that others have chosen to bring to your private docking area. And you may choose to have a crew of your choosing to watch for these other relationships that you choose to not have. And notice as you enter your relationship docking area, if there might be relationships docked here that are not yours, and as you choose your crew to assist you in your docking area, you may ask your crew to remove any relationships that might be in your docking area that are not your personal relationships. In your personal relationship docking area, you may have a crew, and you may have any and all of the equipment and resources that you might need to be able to do any and all of the work that you choose to do on any and all of the relationships docked in your relationship docking area. Your relationship docking area is also secured from the ocean of life. And all of your relationships that you choose to keep may now be docked in your relationship area from your ocean of life, that you may see the relationships that are on your ocean of life in your docking area. With the multitudes of people, places, things, thoughts, emotions, and the list goes on, and all the relationships may now be docked here, secure for you. Your crew is waiting for your instructions. Noticing your relationships in your private docking area and your private crew. You choose the relationship that at this time you feel or think or know would be best for you and your crew to work on now. You choose the relationship for your crew to assist you in working on now, and instruct your crew with their equipment and their resources, the relationship that you now choose to have your crew dry dock in your private docking area. And as your crew uses your equipment under your instructions, bringing the relationship that you have chosen to work on into dry dock, where you can walk with your crew around, on, and in your relationship, and making a list of any and all of the different things that you would have your crew do so that this relationship that you have chosen to work with now gets all of the changes, whether they be repairs, upgrades, remodelings, everything that you choose to change about this relationship is done at your choice and your decisions, so that this relationship becomes, as you and your crew work on it, everything that you may have even imagined this relationship being able to be for you. This is your relationship in your private, now dry docked area with your crew and your resources. And you choose the instructions for your crew to make this relationship for you all that you can imagine it may be. And as your crew follows your instructions, doing the things that you have instructed and are instructing them to do regarding this relationship, anything and everything regarding this relationship that you may choose to simply have gone from this relationship, removed from this relationship, you have in your private docking area a very secure area where anything that you choose to simply not have available for maybe any other of your relationships. You can recycle these items, these things, as you choose. You have an area in your private docking area where items unwanted on relationships might be able to be salvaged and made into other things that might be beneficial on this or other relationships. There may be things on this and other relationships that will no longer be required, are not beneficial in any way for this or any other relationship. And you have an incineration area where things not required can simply be incinerated, and the results of anything that may go in this area get recycled as well, whether it's just exhaust coming from the incineration area, or if there's a byproduct after things have been incinerated. Still, even these aspects of your recycling area are also used in ways that are beneficial, that can help your private docking area in any way that you choose or can imagine these all aspects being able to be recycled. All aspects are still used beneficially in your private docking area. You and your crew working in any of the ways that you choose to have the work done on this relationship. And the relationship, as you and your crew work on it, becomes more and more as you imagined it could be. Whether there are amenities that you imagine to add, upgrading any systems, improving anything and everything that you can even imagine about this relationship. So this relationship, when you and your crew have completed, it looks good from the outside. It's everything, even just to look at, that brings you joy and any other good feelings that you choose from this relationship. Just looking at it and going in this relationship with its new repairs and upgrades. Inside this relationship brings you all of the good feelings and thoughts and other things that you imagined you might have in this relationship is here for you now with the work that you and your crew have done. And when you, and only you, or others only as you choose, believe that this relationship with all that you've done now is ready to go back into your docking area and in a moment ready to be taken out for a test drive on your ocean of life. Then and only then, instruct your crew to place this ship back into your private docking area on your ocean of life. And with this ship and others only as you choose in your docking area on the shore of your ocean of life, instruct your crew to open the gates of your docking area, the parts of your docking area that has kept and keeps your private docking area safe and secure from your ocean of life, to remove this temporarily so that you and whomever you may choose can now take your relationship out of your private docking area and onto your ocean of life. And with your relationship now on your ocean of life, notice anything and everything that you choose to notice regarding your relationship, regarding your ocean of life, making sure that all aspects of this relationship and your ocean of life is exactly everything that you even imagined it might be. Noticing things like the way the ship drives, the other ships that might be in your ocean, the way perhaps that these other ships maneuver on your ocean, the way that your ship maneuvers on your ocean, and making a list, if you choose, of anything and everything that you might instruct your crew again to change regarding any other possible repairs, upgrades that may assist you with this relationship on your ocean of life regarding other things that may or may not be on your ocean relating to this relationship. And when you feel comfortable and know that this ship is exactly as you imagined, that you have made the decisions of any other changes, that you are in charge of this relationship, that not only does your crew follow your instructions, also this ocean is your ocean, and other relationships, if there may be, know that this is your ocean. And when you're comfortable with the choices that you've made and the decisions that you have, bring your relationship back into your docking area. Taking care of anything and everything that you may need to do before you bring this relationship off your ocean of life, and then coming back in this relationship to your private, secure docking area. Instructing your crew to do anything and everything that you choose and decide to have done now with this relationship. Whether you choose to have this relationship left in this docking area, your private docking area at this time, or if there's other things that you would like this relationship to do, you instruct. You decide. You're in charge. And when these things are accomplished and you feel comfortable leaving your private docking area, instructing your crew with your instructions for them, then leave this private docking area, leaving it secure as you choose. And noticing any thoughts or feelings, noticing your breath again and breathing normally, and noticing a greater sense of alertness in your conscious mind, and opening your eyes